So there are several ways to find the element. You can take the help from Selenium IDE also,
Okay.
but I don't prefer Selenium IDE because it is specific to Firefox, right? It can assist only Firefox.
Okay.
So my idea is to use developer tools on the browser itself. So if you are using Selenium, if you are using Chrome, use the developer tools of Chrome. If you are using IE, use the developer tools of IE. If you find difficulty, then use Selenium IDE. Okay.
Okay.
See, if you are using Chrome, then click on the browser, press F12. Okay.
Okay. Just open the Chrome browser and
Just
then that's all.
1 minute. We will do on your machine itself.
Okay.
Okay, you open Chrome, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah. So press F12. Click on the browser, press F12.
Okay.
Okay, these are called developer tools.
Okay.
Okay, this is called inspect element. That icon is there, right? Select an element in the page to inspect it. Okay, inspect means we can find the element using that icon. So click on that. Then you can move to any one of the element on the page. So I am moving here. If I click on it, the tag will be picked up by that inspector. Okay. Now I
Okay.
will check what is the ID of the element.
Mm-hmm.
So using that ID, I will find the element, or using the name, I will find the element. We don't look at Google. We will open Facebook here. Those IDs are good.
We can open Firefox also, right? Instead of Chrome.
Yeah, you can open Firefox also, but in Firefox, these developer tools doesn't come by default. You need to install a plugin named Firebug.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, see here, this is the tag name.
Okay.
This is the tag uh, which is responsible for the view of the element on the page.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. First, you should know the what you call notation in JavaScript. What is the terminology we will use? This is called DOM. These tags are there, right? This HTML is there, right?
Uh-huh.
If you go here, it is nothing but an HTML. Okay?
Okay.
This entire HTML is called as DOM tree.
Okay.
So, this is called console, like our console in Eclipse.
Okay.
If you type document and hover on it, see, entire page got selected, right?
Yes.
So, this document represents the entire page.
Okay.
If you maximize it, it is nothing but the HTML,
Okay.
which is responsible for this view. Okay, this document consists of several elements. Okay, this is an element, this is an element. So this we used to call as text field, this we used to call as text field, this this we will call as button, like that we'll call, right? But everything is nothing but an element.
Okay.
So you should understand what does it mean by document, what does it mean by element. Document is nothing but the HTML. The entire
Okay.
HTML is known as document in what you call JavaScript notations.
Okay.
And every document consists of several elements like text boxes, uh, buttons, tick boxes, these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked you to enter some text in one of the text fields. So before entering the text, I should provide some value, right, to identify the element.
Okay.
There are several students in my class. I asked someone to hand over something to Swati. Then I should tell either her name or room number or something else, right? First,
Yes.
before giving the uh, before giving the article, I should tell based on which criteria he has to find her, either by her name or by ID or something else. I should specify some criteria, right, to find that. So like that, in the pages also there are several elements. To enter text into it or to click on one of the elements, first you should give some identifier to locate that element on the page.
Okay.
So if I click on inspect element, if I put it here,
Okay.
it will open me the corresponding tag for that element, right?
Yes.
So I will look at the tag. It will tell me the name of the element. It will tell me the ID of the element. Okay. If the ID is there, I should find the element only with the ID, because IDs are more reliable when compared to all other.
Yes.
So you should write the code like this. And one more thing you need to understand, Swati. So you are opening a page
Mm-hmm.
like facebook.com.
Okay.
No, it is loading too quickly. So I will open something else. So I am opening my blog. See,
Mm-hmm.
after I find the URL, it took some time to load it.
Yes.
Okay, you are running a Java program to automate things on the browser. Okay, what Java will do? It will execute the program line by line. So
Okay.
after executing one statement, it will go to the next statement. It doesn't wait. So
Yes.
you called selenium.open and you gave the URL www.javaautomation.com. That's good.
Okay.
It,
Yes.
it opened that URL in the browser, but it doesn't wait till the browser is getting loaded. It will execute the next step, next statement in the program. In the next statement, I am typing something in the search box.
Mm-hmm.
To type something in the search box, it should be loaded right on the page.
Yes.
But if you don't wait your Java program till the page is getting loaded on the browser, definitely it will fail because it can't find the element on the page. It is not loaded. So when you are opening some URL on the browser, you should add some wait condition to put the Java program in the wait till the page is getting loaded.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So some people will use thread or sleep. Do you know thread or sleep in Java?
Mm,
Okay. The thread or sleep purpose is it will put the program in sleep mode for that time. If I put 5 seconds as thread or sleep, it will wait 5 seconds, then only it will execute the rest of the program. Okay.
okay.
But you should not use thread or sleep here because you don't know how much time will it take. My machine is too fast because my RAM is good, my machine is too fast, my network speed is also good. Then my page will be loaded within 1 or 2 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If your machine's configuration is too bad and if your network facility is also bad, then it will take more than 10 seconds for you to load a page.
Okay.
So if I give the sleep as 5 seconds, for good mission, it's unnecessarily waiting 3 seconds extra.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And if I give the time as 5 seconds for the bad configuration, it will take 10 seconds, right? Definitely it will fail. Because after 5 seconds, it will try to find the element. Since the page is not yet loaded, it will fail. So these kind of problems will come. Threaded sleep is like a blind sleep. So you should not incorporate threaded sleeps in your program. You should rely on one of the elements in the page itself.
Okay.
See here, if one page is getting loaded means entire page is getting loaded. So
Yes.
before entering some value into search box, I can wait for a condition in such a way that it should check for the presence of search box in the page. If the search box is there, then only it will enter the text. So
Mm-hmm.
if you wait like that, it doesn't create problem in any situation. If your page is
Okay.
getting loaded in 2 seconds, it will wait 2 seconds and it will enter the text. If your page is getting loaded in 10 seconds, it will wait for those 10 seconds and it will enter the text because you are not waiting for time. You are waiting for the presence of the search box element on the page. So how much time will it take? It doesn't matter for you. It will wait for the time and it will enter the text. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. And one more thing you can do like this also. Instead of waiting for an element on the page, see, there is a property on top of the document. Document dot ready state.
Okay.
So it will tell you whether the document is loaded or not.
Okay.
See,
Mm-hmm.
now I am clicking on this, right?
Yeah.
See, the page is in the process of loading. So my document at ready state return the value as interactive.
Mm-hmm.
If the page is getting loaded, it will return me the value as complete.
Okay.
So based on the property also I can decide whether the page is loaded or not.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. If we are
Mm-hmm.
performing some action, if the entire page is loading, then you can rely on this condition, document at ready state.
Okay.
In some cases, do you know about Ajax? Ajax
Exactly.
calls,
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
asynchronous JavaScript calls.
Mm-hmm.
So the purpose of Ajax is in earlier days, what will happen means if you do some action on the browser, entire page will be loaded.
Okay.
but it will give performance impacted for each and every change, for each and every action on the page. You are loading the entire page again and again. It is time consuming process. End user might be irritated because of that. So they introduced Ajax calls.
Okay.
I will tell you simple example of Ajax call. Uh, in some websites, if you choose one of the category, then remaining select boxes will be filtered.
Mm-hmm.
I will take you an example. This one. 1 minute. No, this is not the right example.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, what will happen now? If you do some action on the browser, it doesn't load the entire browser.
Okay.
If you take a online school management application, in the first select box you have all the classes.
Okay.
In second select box you have sections. In third select box you have students list. By default,
Okay.
all the students in the school will be populated in the students list. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you select ninth class, only ninth class students will be showed. So you are filtering remaining all other students.
Okay.
So you are doing that based on the class selected in the first select box.
Okay.
So when you are filtering the students in the select box, if you are loading the entire page, that is one of the choices we have. But without loading the entire page, you can load the select box using Ajax.
Okay.
What I am trying to say is, instead of loading the entire page, you can change the value of the one of the element of the page. You can change a part of the page using Ajax.
Okay.
At that time, document.register doesn't work. So to filter this list of students, it will take some time, right?
Yes.
At that time, if you rely on document.ready like earlier, it will definitely fail because document.ready is always complete in case of Ajax calls.
Okay.
If the entire page is loading, then definitely document.ready will change. You can rely on it. You can wait till it is getting return the result as complete.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But in case of Ajax calls, it doesn't load the entire page. Then document.ready is always complete. at those cases you should not rely on documented ready state. At that time you should wait for one of the element on the page or something else, some way you should find for waiting. Okay,
Okay.
if you don't find any logic to wait, then in such cases you can incorporate thread or sleep also. Okay, we will discuss much on it in later classes. It would be difficult for you to understand all kind of wait at a single shot. So we will go one by one.
Okay.
So today our task is uh, enter. Uh, today our test case is check whether login functionality of Facebook is working or not. Okay, someone asked me to validate the login functionality of the test, login functionality of the Facebook. Okay,
Okay.
so as a manual tester, what will you do? If someone asks you to validate login, then what will you do?
You can just write the test cases for just enter the URL, expected result, actual result.
Hello, yeah, tell me. I
Yeah, first we need to just check the URL is working or not first,
yeah, yeah.
and then in the email element button we need to test whether the text button is accepting invalid text or not.
Okay,
Okay, text like invalid characters, numbers,
yeah,
and enter the password with invalid characters, numbers, and then press the login button.
yeah.
And then the login page is open or not. We need to check.
Okay, okay. That's good. So you can validate whether it is accepting right characters, right emails or not. In case of wrong emails, is it giving proper error message or not? You should check. Finally, for login, you need to check two scenarios. For the right credentials, you should log in. For the wrong
Yes.
credentials, you should return some error message like invalid credentials. So these are the two scenarios you should test to validate login functionality of any browser. Sorry, any website. Okay.
Yes.
So if you see login action, it consists of three steps. What are those steps? First, you need to enter text in email field. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need to enter some text in password
Yes.
and you have to click on login button.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So it will return you either error message or it will be logged in.
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll try to automate these actions first. Can you open Eclipse for me?
Sure.
Swati, in your free time, try this also. Try to set up Java project by your own. I have already set up this Selenium training, right?
Yes.
Create a dummy project to it, and try to add jars to it. Try it by your own. So if you have any doubts while setting up now, if you face any issues, I will help you.
Yes, sure.
So this is common for all the classes. Like here we are initializing object, right?
Yes. Okay, and I have one more question. What is this import com dot these first two lines?
Come again? I didn't get you.
No, what are these first two lines? Import com dot through work dot selenium
Okay,
default
okay.
selenium.
Yeah. I will tell you the purpose of import here. So in your class, you can use only the mm, um, properties or methods of the classes which are in the same package.
Okay.
Like your package name is form.swati.rc, right?
Yes.
You can use first test in rc.java class
Okay.
members directly
Okay.
without using any import. You can use them, but here I am using Selenium, right?
Yes.
So Selenium is there in some jar. We added Selenium server standalone 2.41.jar, right? We downloaded it from Google yesterday and we added to our project. So in such cases, you should use import statements to use that in your class.
Okay. Whatever we downloaded from the internet, we
No,
need
no,
to
no,
import it.
no. It doesn't mean that you are downloaded from internet. You added it to your project. Even you download it
Oh.
from internet, it doesn't take it. Whatever the jar you added to your project, you can't use them directly in your class without using import statements.
Okay.
I added Selenium, right?
Yes.
So that means it doesn't mean that I am using Selenium in my class.
Okay.
If I add, I can utilize it.
Yes.
But if I import, then only I am utilizing it. There is a difference. In the
Oh.
in the project, you have two jars, right? POI jar is there, Selenium jar is there. In this class, we are using only Selenium jar because we imported only Selenium classes. We didn't import POI classes, right? So it means
Yes.
that we are using only Selenium. We are not using POI specific classes. We are not utilizing POI jar. Okay.
Okay.
So now we will see how to open Facebook.
So for all test cases, from starting to selenium set timeout, we have to write it, right?
For all the test cases, yeah. You should write it.
Okay.
If you don't give timeout, no, it will just wait for 30 seconds.
Okay.
But in some cases, what will happen now? To open the browser, to open browser URL itself, it will take more than 30 seconds of time.
Okay.
At that time, it will fail. Otherwise, you can comment it. If you don't face any issue while opening the URL, there is no need to use it. Selenium.set timeout.
Okay.
If you are facing any issues, you can use it. it's up to your choice because we don't know which URL you will use in future, right?
Yes.
For some URLs, it doesn't give issue. If you are facing some issue while opening the URL, then you can use selenium set timeout.
Okay.
Then selenium dot. After opening, you should wait right till the page is getting loaded. I explained the reason for that. So wait for page load you can use. So it will ask you what is the max time for it. So due to some reason, because we will take this example. So your network connection got failed. So even you wait for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, your page doesn't load, right?
Yes.
So in such cases, after waiting some time, you should terminate the program. You should not be in infinite loop. You should not wait for a complete day, right?
Yes.
So you should provide some max time to come out. So I will wait for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. After that, if the page is getting loaded means there is a problem with the page. Then I will terminate my program. There should be some max timeout for every wait.
Okay.
So he is asking that time, how much max time I should wait. So I am giving the time as uh, 3 minutes. So these are milliseconds, right?
Yes.
So it means 1,80,000 milliseconds means 180 seconds. That means 3 minutes I am waiting.
Okay.
For at max I am waiting 3 minutes. If the page is loaded prior to that, then it will continue with the next statement. This is the max timeout. Doesn't mean that it will wait for 3 minutes. If the page is getting loaded in 40 seconds, it will wait only 40 seconds and it will execute the next statement.
Okay.
We are giving the time to tell the program that within those 3 minutes, if the page is not getting loaded, then fail the program. For that purpose only we are giving that. It doesn't mean that it will wait for 3 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
These questions they will ask Swati. In interviews also they will ask. In wait for page load or in wait for conditions, you will provide some time, right? What is the purpose of time? Will it wait for the entire time or like that they will ask. Okay.
Okay.
So you should remember this.
Okay. And I have one more doubt. And what is the difference between set timeout and wait for page to load?
Set timeout is specific. Set timeout will be applicable for all the open and wait for loads.
Okay.
But if you want to, like, you applied 60 seconds, you applied 60 seconds Swati as timeout.
Okay.
It is applicable for all, right?
Yes.
But in some cases, you are willing to give the timeout as 3 minutes. In some cases, you are willing to give the timeout as 2 minutes. Like that, you are willing to give.
Yes.
So if you generalize it at one place, every time you should change it, right? If
Yes.
set timeout is the only way to give the timeout, then every time you need to change it.
Okay.
Or for one case, so for all the cases, you should give the same timeout. For one case, it will take 10 minutes as the max timeout. In other cases, it will take just 2 minutes. But max value you should give, right, to assist all kind of situations.
Okay.
So that is not right. Even you know that for one scenario it will take 2 minutes, you are giving 10 minutes because of that limitation.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
better to use wait for page to load instead of set timeout, right?
Yeah, it's always uh, good to use wait for page load timeout instead of set timeout. We will use set timeout only for open. In case of
Okay.
open, there is no timeout option available for us, right?
Yes.
That's why I told you, if you face any issues with respect to open, then only use set timeout. In all other cases, go ahead with wait for, because wait for timeout is much specific to that wait. It is not generalizing that value to others, but in case of set timeout, it will generalize the value for all other operations also. So it's not good to go ahead with set timeout. Use set timeout only in case of failures with respect to selenium.open. Okay.
Okay.
So after opening the page, what will you do? You will enter some text, right, into this
Yes.
email. So to enter text, there is an API named type. So you are typing, right? So it's easy to remember it also, this API.
Okay.
Selenium.type. It will take two arguments, Swati.
Okay.
So what are those arguments? One is the identifier.
Okay.
So you are asking me to type Swati. Hmm?
Mm-hmm.
So where I supposed to type it? If you don't give me, I can type it here, or I can type it here. I can type it here. So there are lot of text boxes, right?
Yes.
So I should provide some ID or name of one of the text boxes to identify, to locate that element on the page first. I explained earlier also.
Yes.
So I am going here. I am clicking on it.
Okay.
First locate the element on the page, Swati. Then look at the
Okay.
tag. If you have ID, then only use that ID.
Okay.
So we have ID, right? Copy this. ID equal to email.
Okay.
Otherwise we will type it. It's difficult to copy email. So type it like this. ID equal to email. Swat. After that, what will you do? You will type some text into password, right?
Yes.
So what do we need to type? You need locator of the password.
Yes.
So you need identifier of the password. We'll see. So first click on inspect the element,
Okay.
then go to password field.
Okay.
So what is the ID of it?
Uh, I will going to pass.
Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you have ID, you should go ahead only with ID.
Okay.
ID equal to pass. Then you should click on the login button, right?
Yes.
Before click on the button, you should identify it.
type equal to submit.
Yeah, type equal to submit, id equal to u underscore 0 underscore n.
Yes.
But you can't rely on it
Okay.
because it might change. This is random. This ID
Okay.
will be generated on the fly. You can't rely on the ID. So what are all the ways to identify the element? You can identify this element by using the login text.
Okay.
So because in this page you have only one button with the text as login, with the value as login, right?
Yes.
So by comparing the button value, you can identify the element.
Okay.
Where XPath come into picture. In such cases, if you don't have ID, if you don't have name, then you can identify either by XPath or you can identify using CSS also.
Okay.
I will explain these things later. Do you know CSS, Swati? Have you ever tried CSS?
Yes, yes. No, I just heard about it. I don't know what is that.
Okay, you tried CSS also, right? Okay, okay. So I will write the XPath for this. XPath equal to slash slash double slash means search for entire document. Okay, I am telling that search for entire document. Okay,
Okay.
then if you see here, what is the tag name? Input, right?
Input. Yes.
So I will give the tag name here. Then I am finding a button whose value attribute value is login. So these are called attributes, Swati. Login is called attribute, tab index is called an attribute, type is called an attribute, ID is called an attribute. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the attributes. So we are relying on value attribute, right?
Yes.
So put it like this. At the rate value. In case of attribute, we will put at the rate. At the rate means we are declaring that as an attribute. Hmm? So attribute value is value here is what?
Login.
Yeah, login. This value is login, right? Copy
Yes.
the text. So in this way you can write XPath. So if I want to write an XPath using tab index, what am I supposed to write?
So tab index
I can
for
write it like a slash slash input in
slash
square
slash
brackets.
input
I will put at the rate tab index
of
equal to 4.
yes.
Like that I can write it. At the rate type equal to submit also I can write. But you should write some specific. So value
Okay.
equal to login is specific only for this button. If you have one more button in the page, that button type would be submit, right? So you should not rely on type equal to submit. In the tab index will be changed.
Okay.
Tab index means if you click on tab, at what position it will go to that login button.
Okay.
On first tab press it will go to email, on second tab press it will go to password means, then they will give tab index of first as 1, tab index of second as 2. On the third tab they might go to keep me logged in checkbox. On the fourth tab press they will go to login. That's why they are giving tab index as 4. But in near future they might change it to tab index 2, tab index 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should not rely on tab index also. But that login text they don't change in near future, because when compared to tab index, the button name is reliable, right?
Yes.
So if you have several options available with you, you should go ahead with much reliable option.
Okay.
I have many attributes here. I have value here, I have tab index here, I have type here, I have ID here. But first I should check, is it reliable or not? Here ID equal to u underscore 0 underscore n, right? Why didn't
Mm-hmm.
take it means, actually I supposed to take only ID.
Okay.
But I tried with it. When I was trying with this ID, next cycle it's failing. When I was running the program next time, it is failing because I tried it already.
Okay.
That's why I have chosen value equal to login attribute. But if you are writing the program first time, you should go ahead with ID only. If you face some problem with ID, then only you should choose one of the XPath attributes. Okay.
Okay. We can use the type attribute, right? Because login is a submit button, so
Come again, I didn't get you.
no, instead of value, we can use the type attribute, right? Because type is the login button is submit button, right? So anyway, we are going to click on that button, so it will take you to the login page, right?
Yeah, you can depend on type equal to submit all those values, but if you face some issue with type equal to submit, then you should go ahead with login. What I am telling is, in the page, they might put some hidden buttons also.
Okay.
Their type would be submitted, but the text login they will give only to login button, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If there are several buttons on the page, then their type would be submit, but they don't give the text as login for all the buttons.
Okay.
For most of the button types, they will give the type as submit, but
Yes.
for all the buttons they don't give the text as login, right? So according to me, button value login is much reliable when compared to the type. That's why I have chosen value equal to login. Okay.
Okay.
When you are programming, if you feel that the type is reliable, you can go ahead. If you face
Okay.
the issue in the near future, then you can change the value, because
Okay.
when you are writing the program first time, you don't know, right, which is reliable, which is not reliable. So
Yes.
you can choose one of them as the identifier. You can go ahead. If you face an issue with that, you can change it later.
Okay.
If you face issues in the first 1 month, you will remember all the issues, right? Based on the issues you have faced, you can justify which is reliable, which is not reliable, like that. For you it's very difficult to judge it now itself, which is reliable, which is not reliable, because you didn't face any issues, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So you can go ahead with any one of the locators. Based on the issues you have faced, you will definitely explore on that part.
Okay.
Yeah. So xpath equal to input at the rate value equal to login. So we will try to run this program in debug mode, because if you run it now without debug mode, it will close the browser also. We don't understand what is getting happened.
Okay.
Debug as Java application. You didn't start the server, right?
No.
See, it is telling it couldn't connect Selenium server. Have you started on localhost 14444? So after seeing the error, also you can start the server. Before, first you should remember all the issues. What are the actions you need to take when you encounter an issue? So if you get this issue, then what you supposed to do? You should start the server.
Okay.
So where did we place that jar? In desktop, right?
Yes.
Before
Desktop.
running the program in Selenium RC, you should start. If you forget, at least after looking at the error, you should be in a position to analyze that and to start the server. Where is Selenium?
Okay. Selenium folder. I think it's in the Selenium folder. Oh, 1 second.
Yeah.
Mhm. This one.
Okay, run the jar. I told you the command, right? No, don't double click on it. Just open the command prompt and start the server.
Okay, let's start.
Run cmd, then
Oh,
no, that is not the command to run it. If it is already running on 4444, then you should go ahead with that. Just start the server. First go to the
oh,
directory. Which
start.
command you will use to go to the directory?
CD.
Yeah, cd space.
Okay, CD space desktop.
Yeah, desktop. Desk. Type desk. Press tab.
Okay,
Forward
okay,
slash.
then
Then yeah, selenium. See.
okay, yellow tab.
Yeah, tab. Enter.
Okay, and then Java.
Yeah, Java hyphen jar space, yeah, hyphen jar
Java
space
space.
cell, press tab, tab, tab again, yeah, enter.
Okay,
This is the command. Oh, he's already
oh,
running on code 4444. Now you should try that. Open another command. Windows are
mhm.
cmd net start hyphen anvo space hyphen anvo.
Okay, we need to check.
Yeah. I saw 444. Come down.
Okay, here, we got it. Yeah, I think the number is 8424.
What is that? 8424, right?
Yeah, 8424. Then task kill, right?
Task kill I
Yeah.
slash f task kill space slash f space slash f space slash im
PID.
no slash pid, yeah, slash pid space
84.
8424, enter. Yeah, that's
Okay.
now come to this command prompt, enter. So if you press on up arrow, then the previous command will come.
Okay. What did you say? Which one?
Hello.
F5?
No, up arrow I am saying.
Up arrow. Okay. Okay, so
One
and then
minute.
again.
Now the server is start, right?
Okay.
Go to,
So every time when we start the session, we need to start the server, right?
yeah, before running the program, you should start the server.
Okay.
Because all the commands will be redirected to server first. That server will
Okay.
execute the commands on the browser. It is the middleware. So your program will contact the server. Server will contact the browser. You don't contact the browser directly in Selenium RC.
Okay.
In Selenium WebDriver, they overcome this limitation.
Okay.
Okay. If you see here, yeah, it opens Swati. It typed Swati here. It typed Swati again, and it clicked on login. So it's giving me the error message. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So to enter text, which API you will use in Selenium?
Sorry.
To enter text into a text box, which method you will use? Which API means which method? We will use type.
Type. Yes.
Yeah, type. So what are all the inputs you should give to type? First one is the identifier
Okay.
to locate the element on the page. Second thing is what is the text you need to enter into that.
Okay.
So in second field selenium.type password, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So this is also in type we need to provide identifier first, then you need to provide the text.
Okay.
To click on a button, which API you will use? Click API we will use. So for
Okay.
click there is no need of two parameters, because if you identify the element you can click on it. There is no need to enter some text into it, right? Unlike
Yes.
type. So identifier is enough for us. So we are giving identifier like this, xpath equal to.
Okay.
So there are several other identifiers. Name is there, link is there, DOM is there. So we will discuss on it in tomorrow class.
Okay. Okay.
So for today it's enough. So try the same thing with correct credentials. Give your original credentials of FB. See
Okay.
whether you are able to log in or not.
Okay. I will try that.
And work around with this type and click APIs. You can log into any other browser also. Instead of using
Okay.
FB, try to log in into Gmail.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Try that for tomorrow. We will look at other identifiers in next class.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, you don't have any doubts, right, in this class?
No, actually, one question. Here, for Facebook login, I know my login ID and password, right?